So there was a man who was telling a story about how he went to visit a monastery, and some monasteries observe a vow of silence. And he says that he was visiting one of those monasteries that had a vow of silence, but he saw a sign on the wall that says, "In case of fire, break your vow of silence." When we feel the fire of suffering in our own life, or when we see it in the lives of other people, it's time to break the vow of silence, isn't it? It's time to go into action. And what we know from our understanding, our spiritual understanding of the Scriptures and of Jesus' life and message, is that the first action that we take is always mind action. The first action that we take is always to know the truth about our situation or about the situation that we're seeing outside of us. Because when we experience our own suffering, or when we see the experience of suffering of somebody else outside of us, what is the truth that we are to know? It feels like the truth that it's suffering, suffering, and more suffering. And sort of like our daily word today, you turn on the news, you look at the newspaper, sometimes you just think about the worries that go on in your own mind, and you say, look around. My goodness, look at the facts here. The racism, the exclusion of people, the global warming, the contentiousness, whatever. We could make a list, couldn't we? So we look at that, but when we know that we acknowledge the facts are what they are, what things that are happening in experience, in the earth experience, and yet what we're called to do is to see those facts and to know the truth about them. And the truth about the world of living, about the world of experience, is that underneath it all is the world of spirit, right? Everything is God in expression. And so the truth is there's only one presence and one power, God the good, omnipotence. It is in God that we live, move, and have our being. And the truth is that God is love. That's the truth. And when we know that, and at least when we're willing to claim it, we may not quite even believe it at the moment in the face of that fire of suffering. But when we're willing to take the mind action to say, okay, I'm going to come back to the truth, and I'm going to say it, and I'm going to affirm it, and I'm going to align with it. The truth is, God is love. God's power is in me 100%. God's power is in every single person on this planet, no matter how dire the outer suffering may be. And the truth is, the power of God is able to reach through these experiences and release them and create something totally different, to create the world that we are meant to live in. Are you with me? Yes. You believe that? Yes. Yeah.